Hello everyone, welcome to Hermitcraft episode 17. The Mega Base exterior is really coming to life as long as you look at it from specifically this angle and not this angle. Okay, fine, I may be a little biased. I actually kind of do like this angle too. I see the potential in it, but it is floating. I'll be the first to admit it's definitely floating. I definitely haven't addressed that yet. The good news is this base floating is actually going to benefit us a lot today because I haven't removed beat-ups yet. Because it's interior day. Interior day, little LA. And we have a big advantage here because we can do a lot of interiors in like what would be the basement section without having to actually touch any ground or dig anything out. And that, my friends, is exactly what we're going to do today. We're gonna build a room down here, under this wing. Right, let's do an exercise for a second. You see this building? You think of two Minecraft interior rooms you would definitely want. Think of them. Think of them. It's a library, isn't it? You're thinking of a library. Some of you are thinking of a library. The other half of you are thinking of a grand dining hall. Yep, those are probably my two biggest requests, and we will get to both of them. I'm thinking the library is going to go in the center here, and the grand dining hall is gonna go in the west wing. That's right, this gorgeous baby beat-ups wallpaper from our Gamers Outreach charity event is going to eventually become a lovely dining hall wing. But below that, in order to power it, I'd like to actually make a kitchen and a cellar. And I think some of the villagers that we have working around here would also really like that. The first thing we must do with any interior is plan the flow of how we're actually going to walk through here. So I want the floor level to be about here, and I definitely want a staircase coming straight down from my storage room like this. Nice straight line. I think I'm also gonna have to move these villagers because a second doorway right here would be really cool because then it would be like two doorways on either side of our big archway doorway leading to the dining hall. This all makes sense in my head. Even though we're technically in the kind of basement part of this build, I still want it to be pretty epic. This is a really grand base after all. Gotta figure out exactly how big I want this to be. This is probably close to being good enough, to be honest. Okay, yeah, this is kind of a big space. We could do a lot with this though. Yep, that's me. I've fallen at the very first hurdle and am immediately undoing some of my work because I just realized the height of this room was completely wrong and I wanted to do kind of a thicker ceiling, so we're moving the floor. It's fine. Don't think about it too hard. Okay, we have the room pretty much established now, and the next thing that I want to do is figure out the flow of traffic down here. This is actually going to be two rooms, a kitchen and a cellar, and I think I'm going to divide it right here along this wall. So the smaller room over here can be the cellar / pantry part, and this bigger room over here can be the kitchen. We have nice stairwell access to both, and this covers up the middle stairwell. Now we could easily just do a small door as access to here, but because this is such a large room, I think I'd like two big doorways, maybe like there and there. Normally the more I divide up an interior, the easier it gets to build, but I think with this one, we're just gonna divide it the once. These are two completely different height doorways. You know what? I kind of liked them at different heights, but this is probably better. In a cellar like this, I want to kind of soften up a lot of our harsh edges here and do big beams of wood through this entire space. This will break up the space, helping it look a lot more cozy, and it'll also help just fill in the blank walls so we're not starting out from a big empty box. This process requires so much wood. I love dark oak wood so much, but it does very much bother me how much the planks are saturated compared to the stripped wood. Why? Nothing else that I can think of is like that. All the other woods, the saturation of the planks versus the like trapdoors and the stripped wood, it's all kind of the same. Dark oak, nope, completely different. I'm choosing to allow it and not have it bother me for the sake of this build because I think the contrast of the dark oak is very nice and it's one of my favorite blocks, but my goodness, I do wish it was a bit more matchy. Only thing the ceiling needs now is a little pop of color, and there's a block for that I've been dying to use. This workbench seriously has the most gorgeous color on the bottom of the block, and you can't rotate it, so this is the only way we get to see this color. But it's kind of worth it, I think. I mean, look at that. I will probably end up using it in places other than just the ceiling, but for now it's a good little taste. There we go. And if we take down all the scaffolding, this room is going to require a lot of hidden lighting, but I love the shape of it so far. It definitely is giving me that cellar vibe. I like the rounded pillars here. It's good. We could totally fill this up with furniture. First though, we have the room next door to worry about. And actually, this wall that I've left blank, I really wanted to do this in a different color, and I'm thinking bone block, because bone blocks kind of do look like wallpaper. Only problem is, I have like no bones. I think I can solve this problem though with another doorway. Right here. This is my wall of completely empty shulker boxes. I keep them here because it's very handy to grab them when I need to go somewhere, but I do think they could probably move to a less visible area, like maybe just a chest. They could totally go in a chest. Okay, now if I punch a hole in this wall directly across from that doorway, we'll end up with a nice hallway here, and this could give us access to my mouse farm. This is perfect. We had 2 interiors today for the price of 1. All we need is a little hallway going over here to the lever. And we have to be very careful that we don't get any wood in range of the lava, so I think we're gonna change over to a stone here. Maybe even a cobblestone? Cobblestone looks pretty good and basement-y, right? Having this interior flow just a little bit better, I feel like it's gonna make a big difference. Even though it's just a moss farm, I've never been able to access this layer before easily. This is nice, we're getting all connected up. Oh, first time in the new update, I need cobblestone, and I can craft it with stone. Oh, that's so nice, thank you, Minecraft. It's kind of a narrow room, but I think I'm just gonna place the wall right here. I mean, we don't actually need much. Now, naturally, because I'm a redstone genius, of course, I'm going to turn this moss farm into a just bone meal farm. And so obviously all I need is some composters for that. There we go. And I think if we ever want to stop the bone meal part, yeah, we just have to power the hopper and then that locks it. So if we want bone meal, those are on. See, I told you, redstone genius. This is going to be a very noisy operation. Yep, but it's working. All right, it's not my finest interior work, but compared to before when we had no access to this farm at all from inside the base, I think it's a lot better. Now all I gotta do is run it for a little while because this is not gonna be enough bone blocks for the next room. Although, you know, 60's not bad. It's only been running for a little while. Anyways, speaking of bone blocks, we need to go chat with Mumbo.
What was that all about? You flew so fast.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, I finally changed it. It stayed crazy for a little while.
Proud of you.
I'm gonna be honest. My headphone. So I picked. You know how I am. I don't use headphones.
No,
right?
yeah,
I picked up my headphones.
I do know.
And my it's actually distracting. They're on like maximum volume.
Wait.
Ow!
So I can just scream at you really loudly.
Stop. Okay, I'm turning it
Mumbo!
down. Oh my goodness.
You turned 30 recently, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about it too much, you know?
No. I want to talk about it, actually, because I, too, am about to join you in turning 30.
Oh, no way. Okay,
so,
okay.
can you just tell me how it is?
I mean this genuinely. This is not actually a joke.
Okay.
And I've spoken about this.
Okay.
Since turning 30, I have not had a clear week.
What?
I think this has to be a coincidence, but I swear every single week I've been ill, or I've had like some kind of injury, or I've had like I thought I was clear one week and I had a migraine, and then I thought I was clear another week and I woke up with like a stiff neck that wouldn't go away for 2 days. And then
What?
the one week where I was okay, I almost got struck by lightning. And that is like the genuine, no lie. So it's like, it's not good. It's not good.
Struck by lightning.
Yeah, it was bad. That was close. It was real close. Everything started buzzing, and like the top of my hat. I was wearing a cap at the time. It felt like I was being like stung by a very small wasp because it all went staticky, and my walking poles sounded like lightsabers. Like you would move them and they would be like that. It was crazy. Yeah, not good. Bad, not good.
Okay.
So I mean, definitely, yeah. You become more conductive when you turn 30. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that anywhere.
Nobody told me that. I'm so glad you're breaking the news.
No. So yeah, watch out for that. I will say, since turning 30, probably like one of the most exciting years of my life as well. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, despite the aches and pains,
right.
all is well.
Do you just like sleep wrong sometimes now?
Well, this is what I don't understand. Like, how is it I go to bed and like, you know, for like, I'm pretty solid on my sleep. I'm getting like eight hours, sometimes 9 hours. Right? How is it that I can wake up worse after that? Do you know what I mean? like, how does that?
Yeah,
happen?
you're worse off in the morning.
Like, what's happened? Because like, surely something's gone wrong there. Like, what am I doing in my sleep? Am I just like doing like night press ups or something? Like, what's happened? You know?
Mumbo, soon the entire server will be 30 plus.
Yes. Yeah. Are you the last?
No, it's me and Pearl.
20s?
But Pearl's only 20 days younger than me.
Oh no, we're gonna lose.
We are losing all the 29-year-olds at once.
No, we need to get down with the kids. We need to get him.
We gotta get on TikTok, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. You and Pearl are the last things tying us to the younger audiences once you're gone.
It's not good. Oh no.
Complaining about back pain and like stiff necks and stuff like that does not go well with my younger audience, I can tell you that.
They don't like it when you introduce an episode being like, God, my neck, guys.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know if I could play video games for a living today. It's not. Yeah. I'm hurting.
My back's a bit stiff. Yeah. Oh, I got RSI. I got tennis elbow in my elbow from moving my mouse too much in my old age.
Yeah. Repetitive strain injury in the wrist. Oh,
yeah. My thumb. I'm gonna have to start working things out for my thumb shifting because this is a treacherous activity for someone so old to be doing now. You know?
Mumbo.
Yeah.
Speaking of your thumb, have you seen Pearl's thumb pinky?
No. What?
I will send it to you. Hold on. This is very important.
I'm actually so excited for this.
So you and Pearl both have the same problem, right? Of having very long fingers because you're both very tall. So I want to show you Pearl's solution to the problem because I think it's almost worse than your solution.
No, yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, this is Pearl. Pearl tweeted this herself, by the way.
Okay. Oh, what the heck?
That's her pinky.
No way.
So instead of just using her thumb like you do, her pinky comes in like a thumb on control.
That is crazy.
And her actual thumb's just gone. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, what happened there? That is so crazy.
I feel like I have a new understanding of you and Pearl.
Yeah, I genuinely was thinking, I was looking at my hand literally earlier today thinking like, I don't think I could actually press shift with my pinky because my hands are big. And I was like, well, I wonder if they just sell bigger keyboards. Maybe that would solve it. Or I could put maybe like my shift could be on like tab or like the caps lock key.
I use the caps lock key, Mumbo. I use the caps lock key.
Okay,
it's very good. It's why I'm constantly yelling in chat though.
Right.
Because my sprint, which would normally be on control, is on caps lock.
That makes sense. But yeah, no, Pearl, that is mad. Rebind something, Pearl.
I know. I told her.
Yeah. That is going to get stuck like that. There's no way that's not causing injury. I tell you what, in 20 days' time, that finger is breaking. As soon as she turns 30, that finger 30, is snapping
that
right
one's
off.
Just that pinky is going to get arthritis immediately.
Yeah. It's gonna snap right off. She's gonna try that. It's coming straight off.
Oh, no.
And she's gonna have to come up with a new solution. Yep, that is crazy.
Maybe bring it up in the next firefighter meeting.
Yeah. I might have to leave after seeing that.
No, that is not fair because yours is still diabolical. You're not off the hook completely.
No, that's made me uncomfortable, and I mean that with peace and love.
Yeah,
with a lot of peace and love.
Same.
Yeah.
The audience agrees.
Gosh.
The top comment
Okay.
on that is, this is worse than Mumbo.
Thank you. Yeah, we might have to do another set of like.
Yeah, because she didn't bring that up.
No. No, I don't think she was even there because she was like, no, it's totally normal. Nothing weird about my setup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh. Yeah,
Mumbo,
you checking out my...
Your
my,
base
my
is
set- my
looking
set-
amazing.
Do you really think so?
I do genuinely really think so. Especially, I love your new interior. And also this pond little guy. The little guys that you got. They're so good.
Yeah, they've been fun to work on. Actually, can we fly over to your castle while we're talking about things, right? Because I need to check something. And don't worry, it's not going to be the underside of your terrain. Don't worry, I'm not going to bring up the underside.
Are you going to look at the underside of my base, Mumbo? Because it's not good. Okay, I can already tell you it's not good.
Don't worry, I'm not going to bring up the horrific underside of your terrain to your face. Okay? I'm not going to bring that up. I'm going to reserve that for when you're not around.
Okay, great.
So every single time I fly past your base, like I'm like, wow, this thing's massive.
Yeah, it's
and
big.
Then I noticed like a block. I noticed a block up in the sky.
Yeah.
And people are saying that, is that actually where you intend on going to?
Yeah, that's the top. That's the top. There.
That doesn't even make sense.
Well,
That
it's the
doesn't
top.
even make sense. Yeah, but how big can you go?
Well,
actually?
it's like the tip. Oop. It's like the tip of the roof, basically.
Wow.
And I'm planning, Mumbo, to have a beautiful dragon, like, flying, like, perched on the tip of that.
That is going to look really cool.
I hope I'm able to pull it off, because I don't have that planned yet. But, you know, it's in my brain, and that's all that matters, really.
That is going to look insane, though. I mean, this whole thing, it's such a cool style, because this is like Edinburgh aesthetic, right? This is like the what it is. It's like gothic.
Yeah, a little bit of gothic. I've mixed some fantasy in. You know, it's a little bit. Yeah. It doesn't quite align, but
no, of course,
it's close
that's
enough.
Minecraft, isn't it? You know, that's how it's meant to be. Yeah. And it does look. It looks wild. It looks so cool standing underneath it.
Thank you.
It's very, very cool.
Just don't go under it, because.
I mean, I'm gonna have to.
No, because it is bad. It is bad, Mumbo. It's just. But look! Just right over there, at that pillar.
Yeah, there's something touching the ground.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is it. This is what's doing it. Nice.
It's holding up the whole thing.
That's a load-bearing pillar. That is a load-bearing pillar. Wow, what is this made of? Unobtainium? Like, this is some serious.
It's doing work. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get back to working on my silly factory thing. What are you working on to do today?
I have to do interior. Do you have any interior advice?
Don't do them.
Okay.
Would be my advice.
That's not great, but I'll keep that in mind.
I mean, which interior are you doing? Because I suppose your interiors are going to be massive.
Yeah, come here.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So there is an interior. I've started.
I mean, I can see the stars. I can see the stars.
Okay.
I can stargaze from inside my house.
That's fine.
Wrong.
That's fine. But I'm gonna work on the cellar today. I've decided to start small.
Oh,
it's fine.
Is cool. I mean, this is daunting. I'm getting daunted.
You're getting daunted.
Yeah, I am daunted.
I don't think that's a
I'm
word.
actively being daunted right now.
Okay.
Because, like, I tell you now, I put off probably my 15 by 20 interior for a whole 10 episodes. Okay. Like, the idea of actually having to decorate something like this stresses me out. What are these?
That's a smithing table.
Smithing tables, yeah. That's cool. I never knew the underside of them looked like that.
10 out of 10 color, really nice. Right? That color is nowhere else in Minecraft. It's so annoying.
Yeah, no, this is... Well, are we about to get that with the new
with the
stuff?
That would actually be really good.
Yeah.
It's like they're adding it for me.
Super cool. Yeah, specifically. Yeah, I haven't really done... You came over for sport, and I told you that you're probably going to get electrocuted when you're 30, and also the interior is
this has been a good conversation to start my day, Mumbo. It's been good. It's been good. I feel great.
Sorry about that. Well, the good news is it's really easy for me to fly out of your base because it doesn't really have anything to it. So I'll see you later.
Yeah, bye. I always appreciate a chat with Mumbo. I think.
And it is with that overwhelming confidence from Mumbo that I will now finish all of this interior. It actually shouldn't be too difficult to get started. It is daunting at first, but if you split up the task into a bunch of smaller tasks, normally you can get the job done pretty quickly. Oh, and I guess it goes without saying, but the bone meal farm / moss farm is going great. Something I can do to just immediately elevate this space is exactly what I did here. We can add like a little border, and actually that would also look really good just along here. That immediately looks better, and we can also do that for the pillars. Very simple. Change out the bottom, add in some mangrove. That looks great. Now the only thing I need to do is fill this room with a bunch of furniture. So how about I do that and we'll talk about my birthday. I am going to be taking my birthday month a little slow. This is your advanced warning. As a little birthday gift to me, perhaps a little patience with the upload schedule would be appreciated. Thank you very much. Of course, my birthday is not until the end of May, so we have a little while. I'm very excited though to be turning 30. It is a privilege to be surrounded by so many amazing friends and to be able to travel and see them. And despite what Mumbo says about it, I think my back may just be able to hold up for at least another decade. I'll be fine. Now, interior time. I start all interiors by thinking about the function. Even if the function is only really decorative, this room is a place to store food and wine. People work here, run back and forth from the kitchen, so I begin with the larger bits of furniture like a planter for food, table and chairs to work at, and some wine barrels for storing, well, wine. Also, lots of shelving. Since this room just has the one function to mostly store food, it's really easy to plan what should go down here, especially on the shelves and stuff. We're just gonna do like some smaller kegs around here, and then we can do simple stuff on the table, like probably, what does this look like? I should put down like a little cutting board or something on the table. Oh, and we need so many more pots. I saw somebody do a design with water going into a pot and a lever, and I'm gonna do that here with this keg. I'm not sure who came up with this first, but I know that it's not me. All I gotta do is that, and it looks like wine is pouring into this pot. That's so clever. We can also put a couple drops of redstone, which maybe looks like blood, but mostly I think it'll look like dropped wine or blood. Either's fine, to be honest. I think just an assortment of barrels really is the answer here. Do a little table over here. Oh, and I went and did some archaeology recently in the game, and I got a bunch of pottery shards. Hold on, not there. Not there. Aha, here we go. If you didn't know, you can simply break these with a tool. It's only if you punch them with your fist that they won't break. Hopefully this makes sense. We'll do a couple of plain ones as well. Getting a solution for the torch spam down here is also gonna be kind of a big deal, and I'm thinking the easiest way around it is probably candles. I mean, they're the simplest like decorative block to use in this context. The lanterns look good too. But yeah, I think a candle is awesome. Let's also get some on the table here and over here. I'd really like to work cobwebs into the design down here, but they're so bright. I don't know if they're actually gonna work. Let's try just one there, and okay, we'll have to remove one slab, but that should work. I mean, this is kind of a well put together, clean base. I do just love a cobweb in the corner though. I wish they were a little more subtle, but I think it'll work. Maybe like one more over here. There we go. When I don't know what to do, scaffolding tables. Yep, I mean, that does work. Pearl's gonna be so mad about the amount of candles I have down here. I love making a rug look really shaggy by using both wool and carpet. Just gives it that extra tiny bit of depth. And let's pop one more bit of hidden lighting just to brighten up the stairs. Oh, it looks good. I know it could fix this. Leaves could fix this. Not that it even really needs fixing. It is a really good rug already, but just a couple of fallen leaves here and there I think could really add to it. Another easy interior design bit that I haven't done yet is just cauldrons. I actually have no like water down here or anything, so I think just some cauldrons against this wall would work well. Don't ask me any questions about what this does, okay? I don't know. I don't know, but it probably does something in this fantasy world. All right, I think this is a pretty good cellar / pantry thing. I like it. I'm happy. It's very immersive. It's very cozy. You could maybe argue it's not super gothic, but I think it fits with the theme of the base great. I've been really enjoying practicing interior, which is good because I get to practice even more now as we move into the kitchen. Luckily, with the kitchen, there's a bunch more straightforward parts, and I think I'm actually going to start with the flooring. I want to have this basically be like a path into the room that's dark oak, and then in this corner here we're actually going to have it be entirely a tile floor. And simply because we weren't already using near enough dark oak wood, let's border the whole thing in logs. Now for the kitchen tile. Obviously we're going to use a really simple block for that. A blast furnace flooring. Yep. This is a good use of my resources. Don't ask me any questions. I was doing some experimenting in creative mode trying to think of a path design recently, and weirdly we landed on blast furnaces as a really good tile design because of how they go together. Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? Yes, they're a little bit expensive, but I think the aesthetic is worth it. Plus, I'll be able to hide so much stuff in the floor. It's perfect. Don't worry, this tiny section of tile floor only took about a shulker box of stone. That's all. It's nothing really. It's super, super easy, resource friendly. You don't do this unless you have a lot of stuff. It looks good though. I'm happy with it. I haven't done the little bit along here, save myself some resources because I think we're gonna have just a kitchen counter run all the way along here. This is kind of the easy part of this build now. We've framed out the room pretty much completely, but I'm going to put a fireplace. Oh, gotta shift when I click. Fireplace right about here, like that, so it looks like they could cook things. I think I'd also like to have a stovetop somewhere here. I feel like laying out kitchens is pretty simple. It got all the basic stuff we already know about. And of course, every good kitchen needs a nice kitchen island. I think I'm addicted to using mangrove wood to make red chairs. It just looks so good. And a crafting table down here. Honestly, maybe one can live right there. Simple chair design. Oops. These are pretty fancy, but ultimately, this is my base, and I imagine I would be down here cooking. And actually, I could move my super smelter down here. I don't need like an actual super smelter, but at the moment I use this, which I could literally just make one of these down here in the fireplace. Ooh, we can make it functional. That'd be great. In the meantime, though, let's work on finishing the rest of the details around here. And actually, I could kind of use pickles for this design. I wonder if Pearl has any. I love when I visit Pearl and a section of her base just vanishes. What is she doing? Pearl?
Jam?
I have a question.
Oh no, is it about my finger?
No, actually, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Your finger's weird.
Cool. Ah,
Uh,
thanks.
do you have any pickles?
Maybe?
Could
This is weird.
Could
Why
I have-
are you asking me for pickles?
I have a pickle or three?
Why do you want a pickle or three? That's why 3 specifically. Why do we want pickles?
I'm decorating an interior and a pickle would be really useful. There's nothing suspicious going on.
How do you not have a single pickle in your chest?
I have no pickles.
Oh. Well, I probably have some. Come on. Bloop. Ah, there is some pickles in here though. Here we go. Bloop. You can take those. I don't have as many pickles as last season. I'm very sad about it, but that's enough for now.
That's great. That'll do. Thank you very much. With pickles easily acquired, we can now begin properly decorating this kitchen. I found this to be such a lovely and cozy process, but ultimately it is fairly similar to the previous interiors I've done, so I'm not actually sure how much to include in video or how much to speed it up. You'll have to let me know if you'd prefer if I sped through some of our especially more simple interiors, as we do have a lot of interior to build to finish this mega base, and I imagine a lot of them will just include some assortment of tables, chairs, and shelves. Let me know what you think in the comments. I feel like I could spend just hours and hours refining the details of this room, but overall, I'm really happy with it. It's so cozy. The space is beautiful and aesthetic, but I'm hoping to also have it be slightly functional. We can farm a couple of things down here. We'll also be able to smelt things down here, and I'm hoping to move a few of our villager friends down here. Oh, and we can technically brew. So, you know, it's function and form. Kind of. I'll be real, it's mostly aesthetic, but that makes me happy, so that's okay. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope that you enjoy how these interiors all came together. I loved bringing you along for the process, and don't worry, we have so much more interior to do, so we're not going anywhere. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!